Hey, hey. Hi, guys. All right, let's take a look. We're going to see whatever the signs and symbols of the day may be and also what the story may be. Okay, we start out with the Four of Pentacles. And we definitely have, I don't know if somebody's into like sci-fi. This looks like very old 1950s kind of, a science fiction type of imagery here. But that Four of Pentacles can be somebody holding back. I call this my compartmentalization card. Also, I don't know if somebody is like eating organ meats or cooking like tripe or something, but we do have like intestines over here of, that kind of look like, I don't know, just like a tip of the hat to somebody. It could also be that somebody's gut is like clenched or something like, man, I'm holding back, that my emotions right now. I'm trying to compartmentalize my emotions. I'm trying to not say how I feel. I'm trying to keep things, calm, but really maybe I'm a wreck, especially like a nervous stomach or something. Okay, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords says, I mean, she's like the 50-foot tall woman. She looks very serene, but it could be that somebody is trying to hold themselves back from calling her, somebody that they haven't had an ending with, somebody that she could be kind of like very old fashioned glamour, like Hollywood glamour, like, 1950s, 60s, or a pinup girl style. There are sunflowers around her, but she seems like unaware. It could be a kind of a beautiful blue day, but with those little tiny puffy white clouds. Three of Wands. Okay, whoever this is, they are trying to hold back their emotions around an ending and just turn their back and say, I just need to look to the future. I just need to look to the future. I got to get over this. But man, they're in choppy seas. Their emotions are not calm. I don't know if somebody's cracking eggs, making eggs for breakfast, but careful for the eggshell because there's like, well, in this case, there's a tree sticking out of the eggshell. But I don't know. It just seems like somebody might put like, parsley flakes or something on their eggs for pretty color, or maybe chives or something. Page of Wands. So I'm going to go and say that we may have a masculine who's trying very hard to like race forward to their future and forget about things. He's floating on a leaf. The leaf has a particular shape. Maybe we could say it's a maple leaf, but it's green. It doesn't look like a maple leaf. Y'all know what I'm getting at here. And it feels like this person is very disjointed. With that Page of Wands, you can say all day long, I'm just going to turn my back on this. I'm not going to let myself feel the feels that I actually have about this ending, about her, even though she's dominating my mind. I'm just going to look to my future. That's what I'm going to do. And I'll try to do something artistic, creative. But I think that their art or their creativity or whatever it is, like they have this painter's palette, stemming from their brain, right? Instead of like a thought bubble. So they may try to, go out and do something that they would normally enjoy doing. But I'm going to say, I think it's going to bring them back to thinking about her. If they're going to try producing something, creating art, doing something like that, their mind is dominated by her. Wow, King of Pentacles. And they are definitely like heavily underneath pressure. We have all kinds of, like, I don't know, somebody's got a plumbing issue. They got to look under their bathroom sink, kitchen sink, but they're definitely underneath the ground here. And there's like pipes, and there's like also a melted clock down here. And we have something about being out here in the West. We've got like, this could be the American Southwest because we see a cowboy, but he's dressed like, almost like a mariachi player. And he's holding a sword, but at first I thought it was like a bow for a stringed instrument. And he's underneath like a hacienda of sorts. I feel like the weight of the world is on his shoulders. He is a generous person. He is somebody who, I don't know if he's trying to prop up like his whole life, his family, or if he's trying to actually escape from, just for a minute and just kind of catch his breath. Maybe like goes into the basement to do some art or something under his house. But there's definitely, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about, masculine? That melted clock doesn't bode well. Two of Pentacles. I'm trying to, oh gosh, that song by Julio Iglesias. I keep telling myself this was not meant to be. I keep telling myself, but my heart won't agree. No matter how many times I keep telling myself, I know there's nobody else. He's like, she's my perfect wonton soup spoon, my perfect gondola wonton soup spoon. We balance each other. We'd be so great. You know, she's the sun to my moon, I'm the moon to her sun, whatever, however we want to look at this. I just know that we would be great. And there's this huge, thick anchor. I don't know if somebody is, you know, like if in his mind, he just can't stop thinking, even though he's convincing himself it's over. I don't need to think about her anymore. I need to compartmentalize. I need to quit stressing about this. But, you know, I'm just going to turn to my future. But then his thoughts immediately go back to her. Even if he's trying to like escape his thoughts, he can't unknow what he knows. We would have been good. And I can't help it. I can't let go of this thought. That's why that big, thick anchor is there. Somebody could have like a kayak or a boat or a gondola or see one anchored specifically, could be the thing. Somebody could be eating. I think of this as like the nice big soup spoon that you have like to eat wontons. Queen of Cups in the reverse. No matter what, it's like I still see her as the person, but he's very much still invested in, I mean, like buried under something going on with the Queen of Cups. Maybe this is it. He's saying, I have to let go of the idea that I'm going to be able to go and see this beautiful woman that she dominates my mind. I've wanted to talk to her for so long, and I know now I'm not going to be able to. I can't go see her. I can't do that because I am still down at the bottom of the sea with a karmic. What does that mean? You're in some never-ending down at the bottom of the sea thing with a karmic, but then you believe that the other person, the other woman, is your balance. Three of Swords in the reverse doesn't even make sense. If the karmic is there in the reverse, granted, the Queen of Cups can be very like latched on, really holding on tight, but with that Three of Swords in the reverse, and we do have like a social media energy here. I don't know if he's saying I'm not even going to be able to like spy on the Ten of Swords person anymore because the karmic is watching my every move. But I don't understand why, if you don't want to be with your karmic, no matter how grabby they are, nobody has any business grabbing a hold of you and trying to, you know, make you stay. So I don't understand this. It's like the karmic doesn't care if I'm miserable or not, or I have to pretend that I'm fine. We have like a big fake yellow smiley face on that card as well. Three of Pentacles. Oh, well, the karmic might be able to make them stay because of money, because of some business bond. That is possible. Everybody's standing under the same umbrella of this individual. Okay, so something happened where their autonomy is not their own. I don't know what the coercion is here, but there's definitely an energy of you will stay and do what I said. I don't care if you're sad or not. You shall stay where I say. I don't know if there's like leverage on this person. You know, Two of Wands in the reverse. I'm going to say that's exactly what it is because we have chess pieces. And I don't know if she felt bent out of shape. This is whomever the karmic is, that Queen of Cups. If she feels like a chunk has been taken out of, you know, she's the queen on the chessboard. And, you know, this is obviously somebody who's like hangdog in shame, but she feels upset. And so it's like, well, I'll be damned if you're going to be able to go make any new decisions. Two of Wands in the reverse says, you don't have any choices. I just made them for you because you will remain where I tell you to. Or, I mean, this really feels like there's, I don't know if this became like maybe a fight, a battle, and, you know, this standing here under the umbrella of like a magistrate or something, this could be that there's like legalities now, there's things going on where it's like she's kind of calling the shots, and the number one thing is You don't get to go where you want to go, do what you want to do. Not while we're still working things out, or there's some kind of, pressure put on him. It's interesting because there was the intention of being gone, being free, and now there's no freedom. We have the Hierophant, but this is not a good Hierophant. This could be orders of authority, and this is a very like overwhelmingly unpleasant card. Instead of, connecting to our higher self, or instead of, believing in something and choosing, a belief system, this is just like the dogma of, I am the authority, and the authority says you shall bow. Whether you agree or not doesn't matter. Here's the rules. That's what it feels like they're trapped in. So we do have a masculine who's like, and there goes my thoughts of the person that I think of all the time going up in smoke. I can't either be with her. I have to release the idea of that, but I just can't, because I keep feeling like I would have been good with her and she would have been good with me. But I have this other huge karmic issue, a cycle that has, really tethered me right where I am. Are you going to say anything to that Ten of Swords, the woman that you think about so much? This says 10 of Wands. He may send little prayers out. I think he has nightmares and stuff about all this. The 10 of Wands is like, it's better to not drag her into my stuff. Does she know that you were thinking all this about her? 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Oh man, she was his fantasy. She was, his escape. She was, this was like a love story that was being protected. This is a 2 of Cups, and, this is the potential marriage, and it's very like, cartoon-esque, where the trees, fold together to create a little nice safe haven for their love. I'm asking, did she know anything about it? We have like this star and moon scarf, and she's skating around him. So I'm going to say this, her energy flow could be quite cosmic, and she may have felt the same way. Like this, I feel like there's this connection to him. There's something cosmic here. Someday we'll float away to our own little, magical island in the sky, and we'll have this love that's preserved. And it is kind of like it's this shielded, sacred thing that they both felt for each other. Even if they never like got a chance to act on this or pursue this, he really felt like he wanted to. Okay, then why don't you just wrap up stuff with the karmic and just move on with your life and go get to your 2 of Cups? Sorry, I'm just not being very polite. We got the Page of Cups here. The Page of Cups is, we got all these people watching. We have this masculine who's kind of like, well, I don't know. I mean, could I do that? Could I call up to the, whatever the powers that be, the magistrate, and just be like, hey, I'm real sorry about the mistake that I made. That, do you think that we could negotiate this? I'm wondering if he has to talk to like the legal system, or if there's like a way that he can get himself out of whatever this trouble is. The Fool is here, and we do have like a Van Gogh character. But we also have this person who's, there's a lot of mountains to climb, but well worth it. Even if you have to work hard or do certain things, jump through certain hoops. If the court dictates that, well, you have to pay this amount of money for a fee, you have to take this class, you have to do this and do that because, hey, your ex is mad at you. You guys had some problems, and now in order to fix this, you have to jump through these hoops. You might feel like a fool doing it, but why not? I mean, this could actually be that he'll end up having that same thought process of, I don't know, is there a way that I could fix this? I mean, this reaching out to say like, I'm sorry to the magistrate here, whoever made the decree of what, his perceived penalties would be. It's like, well, then how do I fix this? What do I need to do? I feel like he might be feeling foolish, but he might actually be saying, okay, how do I course correct? We have the Devil. Oh, I might burn him up to do this, to have to like crawl, to have to like bow, to have to go through whatever. I mean, it may cost him money or something like that. And he may not have wanted to have to, follow through with whatever the rules, regulations, like I say, pay the money, pay the fines, take the class, whatever it is. But here's the thing, your alternate is then you're ready to say goodbye to this person, the woman of your future, the woman who dominates your mind, that the person that, you feel was your other half, your Two of Pentacles, the person you could have had balance with. Because that's basically, remember what you're doing this for. Oh, that might be exactly where his mind becomes, I don't know if somebody's eating like a strudel or a pastry that has like icing on it, but that's what his crown and his mind looks like right now, is just squiggles of, it always looks like icing to me, frosting. If he goes ahead and says, okay, so wait a second, even if I'm irritated that, because somebody else pops up from the past to create trouble for me, and it's basically like I'm going to have to just live by somebody else's rules now to keep them happy. Maybe not. Maybe I face the music. Maybe I talk to the magistrate. Maybe I explain what can I do to, whatever, buy myself out of this, pay the penalties, do the community service. What is it that I have to do? Again, it may really rile him and rankle him, but he's like, but why don't I just own it and just do what I need to do? Instead of being pissed off, why don't I regain? What would an emperor do, right? What would an emperor do? I would course correct things and then put it in my past. Seven of Pentacles. Eventually, this will be something that I dealt with, and then I move on. Seven of Pentacles, it's like, where do you want to be in 7 months or 7 years or whatever it is? Take the actions that'll get you free so that I really think he's starting to think about the longer term. Wait a minute, let me not just sit here pissed off. Let me start putting in energy to course correct things. I think it's giving him a new sense of purpose and a new sense of like, hey, maybe I can still get through this. I mean, it's a mess, it's a nightmare, but maybe I could still get through this. Maybe I could course correct it. Okay, so last question here. Is that what you're landing on? Is that what you're going to be doing? The sun, yes, believe it or not, in all this gray energy, there is one brilliant, like, oh my God, I have hope again. I can get myself out of this mess. As messy as it is, it won't last forever. He may be getting some good news by the morning. Also, if he reaches out to, whatever, legal counsel, whomever, whatever, and goes ahead and just, bites the bullet a little bit, sucks it up, and it's like, look, I want to own my wrongdoing, even if he didn't do anything wrong. Whatever that karmic has said, whatever they want, I want to come to, closure on this. So how much money are they asking for? What do I need to do? Let me see. It might take me a little bit to get it together, but I'd like to do this. And then they could have a streak of really good fortune, good luck, because they start taking charge of the situation instead of just rolling over and surrendering like all chance at other happiness in their life. It feels like they have a plan now, and they may be getting some really good news by like the following day that things are actually starting to fall into place. Oh, this actually looks really good. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a